Today our topic is how to cultivate gratitude using Stoic principles. Gratitude is a powerful feeling. It helps us appreciate what we have and find joy in the small things. But sometimes life gets hard, and it's easy to focus on what we lack rather than what we have. This is where Stoicism can help. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life by focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot. It's not about being emotionless or cold. Instead, it's about finding peace and strength in the face of challenges. One of the key ideas in Stoicism is gratitude. The Stoics believed that gratitude is not just a nice feeling, but a way of thinking and living. By practicing gratitude, we can change how we see the world and improve our lives. So how can we use Stoic principles to cultivate gratitude? Let's explore this step by step. Why? First, let's talk about understanding what is within our control. The Stoics divided life into two categories: things we can control and things we cannot. Things we can control include our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. Things we cannot control include the past, the future, and other people's opinions. This idea is crucial for gratitude because it helps us focus on what we have rather than what we lack. When we focus on what we can control, we realize how much we already have. For example, we can't control the weather, but we can control how we react to it. If it's raining, we can choose to complain, or choose to appreciate the rain for watering the plants and giving us a chance to stay cozy indoors. This shift in perspective is the first step toward gratitude. Next, let's discuss the practice of negative visualization. This is a Stoic exercise where we imagine losing the things we have. It might sound strange or even depressing, but it's actually a powerful way to build gratitude. By thinking about what life would be like without our loved ones, our health, or even our basic comforts, we begin to appreciate these things more. For example, take a moment to imagine losing your ability to see. Think about how much you would miss the colors of the sky, the faces of your friends, or the beauty of nature. When you open your eyes again, you'll likely feel a deeper sense of gratitude for your sight. The Stoics used this exercise to remind themselves that nothing is permanent. By imagining loss, we learn to appreciate what we have while we still have it. Another Stoic principle that helps with gratitude is focusing on the present moment. The Stoics believe that the past is gone and the future is uncertain. The only time we truly have is now. When we focus on the present, we can fully experience and appreciate the good things in our lives. For example, instead of worrying about a future deadline or regretting a past mistake, take a moment to notice the warmth of the sun on your skin or the taste of your morning coffee. These small moments are gifts, and when we pay attention to them, we cultivate gratitude. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not disturb yourself by picturing your life as a whole. Do not assemble in your mind the many and varied troubles that have come to you in the past and will come again in the future, but ask yourself with regard to every present difficulty, what is there in this that is unbearable and beyond endurance?" By focusing on the present, we can find gratitude in the here and now. Let's also talk about the idea of voluntary discomfort. This is another Stoic practice where we intentionally experience discomfort to build resilience and appreciation. For example, you might choose to skip a meal, take a cold shower, or sleep on the floor. This might sound extreme, but the purpose is not to punish yourself. Instead, it's to remind yourself that you can handle challenges and to appreciate the comforts you usually take for granted. When you go without something for a while, you realize how much it adds to your life. For instance, after fasting for a day, you'll likely feel immense gratitude for your next meal. This practice helps us break free from the habit of always wanting more and teaches us to be content with what we have. Another important Stoic principle is to see obstacles as opportunities. The Stoics believe that challenges are not just problems, but chances to grow and learn. When we face difficulties, we can choose to see them as setbacks or as opportunities to practice gratitude. For example, if you lose your job, it's natural to feel upset. But you can also use this as an opportunity to appreciate the skills you've gained, the support of your loved ones, and the chance to find a new path. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By reframing challenges as opportunities, we can find gratitude even in tough times. Let's also talk about the importance of humility. The Stoics believe that we should not take our good fortune for granted. Everything we have, our health, our relationships, our possessions, could be taken away at any moment. This idea might sound scary, but it's actually a call to appreciate what we have while we have it. Humility reminds us that we are not entitled to anything. The air we breathe, the food we eat, the love we receive, all of these are gifts. When we approach life with humility, we naturally feel more grateful. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be able to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Humility helps us see the value in the ordinary and find gratitude in the everyday. Another way to cultivate gratitude using Stoic principles is to practice reflection. The Stoics were big believers in self-reflection. They would often write in journals, reviewing their day and thinking about what went well and what they could improve. This practice helps us notice the good things in our lives that we might otherwise overlook. For example, at the end of each day, you could write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things. Maybe you're grateful for a kind word from a friend, a delicious meal, or a beautiful sunset. By taking the time to reflect on these moments, we train our minds to focus on the positive and cultivate a habit of gratitude. Finally, let's talk about the Stoic idea of Amor fati, which means love of fate. This principle encourages us to accept and even embrace everything that happens in our lives, whether good or bad. The Stoics believe that everything happens for a reason, and that we should not resist what life brings us. Instead, we should find a way to be grateful for it. For example, if you get stuck in traffic, instead of getting frustrated, you can use the time to listen to a podcast or enjoy some quiet moments to yourself. If you face a difficult situation, you can see it as a chance to grow stronger and wiser. Amor fati teaches us to find gratitude not just in the good times, but in all times. In conclusion, cultivating gratitude using Stoic principles is about changing how we see the world. It's about focusing on what we can control, appreciating what we have, and finding value in every moment. By practicing negative visualization, focusing on the present, embracing challenges, and reflecting on our lives, we can build a habit of gratitude. The Stoics remind us that life is short and unpredictable, and the best way to live is with appreciation and humility. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Life is long enough, and a sufficiently generous amount has been given to us for the highest achievements if it were all well invested. By investing our time and attention in gratitude, we can live richer, more fulfilling lives. So, take a moment today to appreciate what you have. Look around you, breathe deeply, and say thank you for the big things, the small things, and everything in between. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it's a way of life. And with Stoic principles as your guide, you can cultivate it every day.